Welcome to our webinar at ClickMeeting, or what's new at ClickMeeting. And today we're gonna talk about everything new we made recently, and I will talk about the new stuff we provided, and why do you need it, most probably how you can use it, and then I'll explain how it works, how you can do it with ClickMeeting. Before we start, I would like to tell you that our marketing team has provided a special code for you. It's 10% discount with this code, and you can use it between 26th of April and 31st of May. And with this special link only for our participants of this webinar, we have a special discount. So hopefully my moderators will provide this link to the chat and pin it, so you don't have to scroll it. It will be visible all the time on the top of the screen in the chat box. Welcome. I see that we have people from Germany and from Poland. It's good to see you guys. All right, so as I see Cape Town, oh my god, as you're greeting England, super nice. I assume that you can see me and hear me clearly. So I will. Hello from Spain. Hola. I will move to my presentation. And Australia, that's far away. All right. So first feature I would like to talk about is are our meetings for 40 attendees. Previously, it was 25. Right now, it's 40. So it's a big change for us and for our customers. It provides a lot of new opportunities, and for our users, as you can conduct meetings with your teams, with your students, and discuss most important topics live with all cameras and microphones on. And remember that this number of 40 cameras and 40 microphones applies to meetings. So be careful while creating an event. You can create webinars and meetings. So webinar is like a huge event on a stage with big audience. It can be up to 1,000 seats on the ClickMeeting, and on the stage there can be only 8 people. So webinar is an event where 8 people can turn on the microphones and cameras, and 1,000 people can listen to them. And meeting is kind of a big table where we can sit all together and discuss our agenda. And this table has grew from 25 to 40. So that was the first feature I wanted to show you. Next one is our QR codes available in the webinar room. So I see that there are some questions appearing on the chat. Please type them on chat, and my friends will moderate them, and I will answer them after my presentation. And as far as QR codes are concerned, you can imagine a situation where when you are in front of a computer during your meeting or important lecture or any event online, frankly, on ClickMeeting, and you have a agent call that you have to go quickly somewhere. You have to leave your house, but you cannot stop listening to your colleagues or to your students, or you need to be on that meeting. So with this QR code, you can quickly move from computer to your phone. You just have to take your phone, scan the QR code, which is located in the webinar room, and you will go directly to the meeting on your phone, so you can get out from your house and stay on the call and listen to the presenters or to your colleagues or to your students. And now I would like to show you where is it exactly in the webinar room. So I will share my screen right now. And I hope you see it correctly. And this is our generic room for presentations. And if you go to the event board in the top right corner, you click it with your left button in your mouse, and you go to the middle of this event board. You can see a button called Generate QR Code. I hope you can see it. Once you click it, the code will be generated. It's quite big, so it's extremely easy to scan. Once you scan it, your phone will generate a link. You click the link, and you'll be asked if you want to join through mobile browser or our mobile application. So you don't really have to download the application. If you're on the run, you don't have time, you can enter via your browser, so you don't have to make any drill. You can do it ad hoc and go directly to the meeting via mobile browser. Let's move on to, let's go back to our presentation. So this is it about the QR code. Next feature we have provided are our hotkeys or keyboard shortcuts. We have a lot of them, and they are extremely useful. I use them every day at my work. And I think the most useful case for you is for the Macs is the Command Shift M. Is muting you or unmuting. So it happens a lot when you're on the meeting and you have to just say a few words once in a while. So you don't have to search for your mouse, search for the button. You just click this combination of on your keyboard, and you are muted, unmuted extremely quickly. It works really, really fast. And of course, if you use ClickMeeting a lot, you can learn all the shortcuts we have and use them automatically. But of course, it's not obligatory to memorize them. Now I will share my screen again to show you where you can find the list of those hotkeys. You go exactly the same way as previously. You click the event board right here. And way down, you have live chat here and the hotkeys button on the right. Once you click it, you will see all hotkeys available. So first, and you can see that there are two parts of this board. First one is basic, so it's used for the room, for starting the event, starting the recorder, starting screen sharing, or raising your hand. Very useful. And Command Shift H when you want to raise your hand immediately to make your presenter allow you to use your microphone, for example. And the second part of the board is called whiteboard. And here we use just a single letter, not a combination, because we use it while using the whiteboard or even the presentation. We can draw on our presentation, write text on the presentation, so we can switch through those tools using just the letters mentioned here in this board. And this is it. I will go back to my presentation. So yeah, I highly recommend you using those keyboard shortcuts, very useful. But going further, there's a huge change that came to ClickMeeting last year. We called it Edu Mode, but we're thinking about calling it concentration mode, because it doesn't necessarily have to be used among our educational sector. It can be used by, for example, by the trainers or coaches, or people who want to just provide knowledge. It doesn't have to be a teacher or a tutor at the university. So how it works? Imagine a classroom in which you are sitting with 50 people, 50 students, and one teacher. And a teacher can see everyone, but you can see just the teacher, and everyone else disappear. Doesn't sound real, right? Because it's possible only online, and this is extremely useful for passing the knowledge for trainers, for teachers, for tutors at the university. When you turn the Edu Mode on, your students will see just the teacher, but the teacher will be able to see all the students. And this way, the teacher can keep in touch with the students. I'm not sure if you understand me well. He can keep on track of the facial expression to be aware if he's conducting his class properly, if he can measure the level of engagement all the time. It doesn't matter if you're live in the classroom or in the webinar room. You still can engage with your audience. However, there are a lot of problems that students are not very willing to turn on their own cameras. They are sitting in the houses, in the secure areas, so that they feel so safe that they don't want to share their private area to other students. So this way, they are aware that only one person can see them, so they are more bound to turn on their cameras. And also the people at the audience will not disturb each other, so there will be no stupid faces during the lecture, because you will see just the speaker, so you will be able to focus on the lecture or the training you are on. So now let me show you where to find it. I will share my screen again. We'll go to our room, and if you unfold the left menu, and you'll go all the way down. Oh, can you see? Oh, here. I hope you can. We can see in which mode we are right now. So we are in webinar mode. If I want to switch to meeting mode, I can click here, and Edu Mode is just below it. So you can click it, click apply, and you will switch to Edu Mode, and your attendees will be able to turn on the cameras, but not their microphones, because this mode is focused on speakers, not on attendees. Attendees can speak only if the presenter will allow them to do so. All right. So this is it about Edu Mode. Going to the next slide. Oh yeah, here I prepared the slides with a huge green arrow indicating the position of Edu Mode. But I've already shown it live, so I hope it's all crystal clear. So let's not waste more time on that. Let's go to the next slide. which is live emojis, which can be extremely useful when we are on the meetings in 40 people and one person is telling you a story or asking you a question, and you have to express your emotions, or you have to say, what do you think about the new idea? You need to vote or react. Then you can click on the emoji button next to the those three buttons: camera, microphone, screen sharing. Next to that there is emoji button. Once you click it, you can choose the emotion that reflects your internal you. And once you choose it, the emoji an animated emoji will appear on your top left corner, and it will stay there for a few seconds. After a while, it will disappear, so you don't have to worry about turning it off. And it can be extremely useful, as I mentioned already, when there are a lot of people in the meeting with the cameras on, with the microphones on, and there is an opportunity to share your feelings. Then you can do it just with an emoji, because when 40 people turn on the microphones, you can imagine how noisy the room gets. So this way you don't have to use your microphone. You just click one icon and everybody will understand what you feel inside. Because it's extremely difficult to transmit it online, as you all know, after those two years of COVID. All right, so this is about live emojis. I would like to talk about chat section a bit. If you're a presenter and you're conducting your event like me right now, you can show your presentation, conduct the event, but suddenly there can come the moment where you're mentioning a file of some results, of some reports that you want your attendees to have right now. You can share it on chat. You just have to go to the chat section, and next to the arrow that sends the message, there is a button, attachment button. Once you click it, you'll see all the documents that you have uploaded to your account panel. However, you can upload a file from your computer as well. There's a black button below, upload file, which is maximum 500 megabytes. After clicking this button, you'll see all files you have on your computer. You can select the correct file, upload it, and all your attendees will be able to download this file. You don't have to create a list of emails, go to the email box, send it to those people. Your attendees don't have to wait for the email, then switch windows. They can stay in the window of ClickMeeting and just click one button in the chat and have the report you desire. So this is quite useful feature, and not running away from chat. You can also use your chat in a smart way, like my colleague did. You can see that Martina shared your code for the 10% discount for our account. It's pinned to the chat, so it doesn't matter how many messages you sent on chat. The pinned message will be right there waiting for you. So most important topic can be pinned. In this situation, this is the discounts code. In any other situation, it can be instruction how to raise hands, instruction how to unmute, information about the break that is upcoming, that in 15 minutes you have the event will stop for a while, and regathering will be in another webinar room. You can pin all those messages right there in your chat, and it will be visible for all your attendees. And also, as we already mentioned, writing a lot of messages. Sometimes while moderating a chat, you may respond to someone. However, this person will have no idea that you are talking actually to this person. And with responding directly to that person, you'll be able to mention automatically the message of the attendee and your response. So it will come together, like you can see on my slide. Jack Sparrow asked if his question can be answered, and I responded that, of course, it can. So this is very useful, and you can do it. You have to just hover with your cursor over the message you want to respond, and click the icon respond. So this is the first icon on the left that will appear. So this is about the chat, and I would like to talk about a real lifesaver, an option that was awaited for a long time, and many people couldn't sleep for many days without this option. As you know, you can give different powers to your attendees. During the webinar, when you're a host and you have your attendees, you may listen to one of your attendees because, let's say, he raised his hand. In this situation, you don't have to give too much power to this person. You just need to click on this person and give the power of microphone and camera to this person. So we can hear and see this person. In another situation, when we are inviting an expert on some topic, and we want this person to upload his presentation to the webinar room and conduct a lecture. In this situation, we would give the power or a status of presenter, and this way, this person will see something like this. I will share my screen right now so you can understand me better. All right. So here, I have Jack Sparrow here in the room. So if he would like to speak, I can give him a microphone and a camera, and you can see that his camera and microphone buttons are now available. So now he can turn them on and turn them off. When he finishes speaking, I can turn it off, and he won't be able to turn his microphone again. However, I may make him a presenter. I will show it again, and I will show you the view of Jack Sparrow. This is the view of Jack Sparrow's room. Here you can see that he received the button of microphone and camera. If I turn them off, they will disappear. However, I can make him a presenter, and this way he will receive all three buttons: camera, microphone, and screen sharing, plus the left menu, so he can use all the tools available on our platform. So he has a lot of power. However, you can see that there is no red button like I do have. As a host, I have a red button that can end an event. And thanks to our new feature, our presenters are unable to end our events. And they cannot end our events, and neither they cannot start our events. So this way, we are kind of safe. Like we'll have more control over our events. So only we can decide if you want to start or end the event. However, we may invite somebody that we trust a lot, that is an extremely experienced ClickMeeting user. We can go to our account panel and click, I'm sorry, I will switch to English, and click Manage Presenters. And here we can allow our presenters to start and end our events. Once we click it, our presenter will receive the end button. But we can decide at any time to remove this power, and he will not be able to do so. I hope that was clear. I will go back to my presentation and move to next slide. Mirror view. That's one of my favorite features right now, as you can previously you could see only the real view of yourself. So actually it was reversed. It wasn't like the view you see in the mirror. It was mirrored mirror view. So when you wanted to change the frame, like you wanted to show the another part of your wall, or you wanted to change your hairstyle, your right hand was on the left side. So with the mirror view, you are much more comfortable with moving your camera and knowing where you are located, and you could see everything on your face, that if you had to change your hair, you could do it immediately. Previously, I was doing like this all the time, which was pretty annoying. So to change it, I will share my screen again to show you how it looks. So I will share my screen, and we'll go back to our room, our example room, and you can see that it's located right here, and you can turn it on and off. I will show you right here. I will turn on my camera, and once I turn off the mirror, it's like this. So you can compare the view from this camera with the view of this camera, and you can see the difference, and you can imagine how awkward it is to see you in the real view. However, it doesn't matter how I change it. All attendees, everybody else will see my real view. So mirror view is only for me, only for the person who changes the view. All right, I see that somebody is playing with my slides. And we have seen live emojis. We did the chat already, mirror view, and let's go to breakout rooms. With the breakout rooms, you can divide your whole event into smaller groups. So imagine that you have a department of 100 people, and you want to make team buildings in a small teams. So we can divide whole event into, let's say, 10 rooms, and when you move those people to separate rooms, they will switch from webinar to meeting. You remember the stage and the audience? They will move to a table. So so everybody will be able to turn the microphones and cameras, and they will able to manage the tasks that you have provided them. And after solving the tasks in group, you can, with one button, you can close all rooms, go back to the main room, and listen to the let's say captains of the teams, of those 10 teams, and they can present the results of the quest you have provided. And it's extremely easy to use. You can turn on the breakout rooms, and once you turn them on, you will see the lists of your attendees on the left, and you can drag and drop them to the rooms wherever you wish, or you can assign them randomly. You can click the button assign randomly, and all the attendees will move to this. All attendees will move to the rooms randomly. So you can prepare 10 rooms, 100 people. So our system will assign 10 people to each room. So you don't have to do it manual. Or you can assign them randomly and then drag and drop between rooms and change them slightly. It doesn't matter how you organize it. So this is it about the breakout rooms. And now let's talk about our desktop application. We have recently released our application that you can download on your computer. And whenever you enter any room like this one, you will see the invoke. So you will see the window, the pop-up from your browser, open ClickMeeting desktop. And even if you click cancel, you will still have a choice between web browser and desktop app. And if you don't have one, you don't have to search for it on internet. Just below, you have the click here to download button. And within minutes, you can download the app and use it. You don't have to have the ClickMeeting account to use it. You can just click join event, and with the application, you just join the event like through the browser. And but of course, you can find an article on our website about our desktop app. So I hope that one of my colleagues will send a link to the website where you can find it, and I will turn on the call to action button with the link on it. So right now you can see in the top of your screen a button called click. Once you click it, you can go directly to the article. And maybe let's discuss some functions of our application. Why it's better? Why do you need it? Why I want you to download the app? Well, I highly recommend it because I use it every day. I use ClickMeeting a lot, and I have to enter many different webinar rooms during the day. So memorizing the name of the room, going to the room, writing your name, and writing the password is a lot of work if you do it on the daily basis. With the application, you can join only the first time when you join the meeting. You just copy paste the URL of the webinar room, and you can with this small star, you can add it to your favorites. Then you join the event. Bob is your uncle. But after that, you will see the events added to favorite in your favorites, and right there you will see the long list. Like on my list, there are just 2. But however, doesn't matter how many rooms you have to enter. You can put them all on the list, and once you click join next to it, you will go directly to the room. You don't have to write your name. You don't have to write your email. You don't have to remember the password and type it. The application will do it for you automatically. So it's just one button and you join the event immediately. So this is extremely useful. And I would like to show you how it looks. So I will share my screen again. And here you can see, hopefully you can see my screen. And you can see that in this application you have big, very comfy buttons to create events or to join the event, or you can surf through the meetings that you have scheduled or your favorites. So it doesn't have to be your event. It can be an event created by your boss or by your product owner, and you can just click join and you will enter the room immediately. And that's real game changer. And so the most important part of the desktop application is the fact that you don't have to remember the passwords or where you have to go. You have the list of your events. You can name them like you wish, and then you click join and you're in. So that's extremely useful. But also many of my clients and my colleagues were asking about the virtual background. And yes, now you can use it, but only on our desktop application. You cannot do it using the browser. It doesn't matter if you use Chrome or Safari. You have to download our desktop app because it's really useful, and you can use your virtual background, which is extremely easy to use. You just need to, next to those buttons that we have already talked about. We talked about camera, microphone, screen sharing, and the live emoji button. Next to it, we have setting button. Once you click it, you will see the list of settings, and one of them will be virtual background. So you can turn it on and off, whatever you desire this time at the moment, and you can change your background. And once you click this button, the application will move you to the following screen. So you will see yourself with the background that you have selected, and below you will see the photos that are default, that are uploaded by ClickMeeting. And below you can see the photo that I have uploaded, and there's a plus. So you can upload any picture you wish. Basically, it should be 16:9 picture, and this is it. So you can actually upload any picture with this plus directly from your computer and have your custom virtual background. Of course, below there is a small box, blur the background. So instead of a picture, you can just blur the real background you have in your room. So yeah, this is extremely easy to use. And last but not least, we have provided a notification when you are speaking and your microphone is off. Then there will be a red button, a red information, red notification that you are muted. I can show you how it looks in the webinar room. I will share my screen for the last time. I hope you can see it. And here you can see that I have my camera on, but my microphone is off. And the ClickMeeting is telling me you are on mute, and it's red and it's visible, so everybody will notice it. And you don't have to even read it and search for the unmute button. You don't have to remember the combination of our hotkeys to turn your microphone. You have a big comfortable button, unmute microphone. Once you click it, you'll turn to unmute. So I think it will save you a lot of awkward situation when you're talking for 5 minutes and then your colleagues say, "Sir, you're on mute." So yeah, that's why we provided this notification, and it's saved me a few minutes already, and this notification occurred useful to me. So this is it. That's all what I have prepared for you today. And now we have a few minutes, around 20, I guess, for our for your questions and my answers. So I hope that my chat moderators will now display your questions. I will read them out loud and try to answer them truthfully, obviously. First question from Lothar. QR code in meetings too. Obviously, yes, you can use this QR code in webinars, in meetings, in Edu Mode. It's always right there in the event board available for you. If I record in Edu Mode, will there be the teacher only on screen? Yes, exactly. Because our recording is kind of attendee view. So we are recording the event as if somebody was sitting on the audience and keeping the camera on. So you can on the recording you can see what an attendee sees. So as attendee sees the presentation of the teacher and the teacher plus the students that had the cameras. No, please. Just the teacher and the presentation. All the students that have the cameras on, that they will be seen just on the screen of the teacher, and no one else will see them, neither on the recording. I hope I answered your question. Can you default the meeting to edimode on setup? No, you can create webinars and meetings, and then you have to move to edimode. However, you can create a meeting, and before letting people in the room, when you're still in the when your attendees are still in the waiting room, and you are preparing the event, you can switch the modes so they will not notice that the mode has been different than Edu Mode. When you switch to Edu Mode, are the cameras by default off or on? Could be strange for attendees if the teacher can see them by default when you switch to Edu Mode. We really care about the privacy of our users, so it is forbidden by ClickMeeting to force someone to turn on your camera. So when you're a host or a presenter, you can give a power to turn on your camera, but you cannot turn somebody's camera on. Only a user can turn his camera on. So this way, when you move from meeting to Edu Mode, all cameras are off, and you have to decide if you want to turn it on or keep it off. Is there an option to have layouts synchronized on by default? You cannot have it by default, but you can synchronize your layouts. Maybe. Okay, I will not show it on screen sharing, but yes, we have an option to synchronize the layouts. Maybe I will. Okay, I don't want to mess with the meeting right now, but yes, our hosts and presenters can widen and narrow the chat section, the AV pod. It can be bigger, smaller, wider, narrower, for seen for everyone. However, it has to be turned on manually, because it could be really dangerous, because presenters would adjust the view of the room to their needs, and unconsciously they would change the view of the attendees. So that would be really, really dangerous if we would allow it. So that's why it's not on default. How do events get into your dashboard? Is this automatic if you are invited? I assume that we are talking about the desktop application. The upcoming events are the events that you have scheduled. You don't see them when you're invited. With 99% sure, I would say that you don't see the events on which you're invited in the upcoming events. I hope my moderators can verify the information, but I'm almost sure that you can see just the your time scheduled events that you have created, and they're in upcoming, not the ones that you're invited to. How about multi-rooms? Can attendees leave a room before the time and join the main room? No, we keep them inside, and however, they can communicate with the presenter, with the host, via status change. So if I would be in the breakout room right now, and I would change my status to I need help, such notification will appear on the host and the presenter screen. So this way you can communicate with the organizers, and the organizer can ask you if you want to switch the breakout room or go to the main room, and then you will go. This attendee will be moved by the presenter, but attendees cannot move between rooms, so it is quite safe. So when you put the attendees to a certain breakout rooms, they will stay there. You don't have to worry that they will move around the whole event, and you don't have to keep on track on them. You didn't cover this, but other plans for us to be able to track who watches a recording and have the data included in reports. Right now, it doesn't seem like we can. So I'm not sure if I understand well. We have an event, we record an event, and then we send the recording to our attendees. That's how I understand the situation is. Like with our standard link, it's impossible, but I imagine you can create a link that can be tracked by a software, but it should be an external solution. Like ClickMeeting doesn't support it, and to my knowledge, we don't plan to apply such a solution. As I see that there are no more questions, I'm glad that I could answer them all, and hopefully you enjoyed the meeting, and hopefully I will see you next time or on our webinar. Well, take care and have a nice afternoon.